Edward, do you always have to have a question, or can you actually converse and actually have a conversation with somebody without having to be the one that answers questions? Is that all the time or just for this room?
Yes.
What an excellent question. What a baffling answer.
There you go, Edward, that was perfect.
You're welcome. Most of the conversation I have in my life on this computer or off of it has to do with the realities of life, has to do with being able to live our lives, has to do with seeing if we can transform our lives, either in this particular unit that I am a part of here with Marilyn and her children and grandchildren, or in the unit of when I'm building a deck with people, I have conversation in a strange kind of way with them. So on this computer, Joel, question and answer is seemingly the most effective kind of conversation we can have, because people are already dead, they're already robots. So you see, if you can set up a position, set up a place where people ask questions, then the person asking the question without really saying so is at least admitting that they don't know something. Do you see? Perfect dynamic for people to set themselves into. But most people don't care to set themselves in that dynamic because it implies that they don't know anything. When you're forced to ask questions, it means to say that you don't know something. And people know everything.
Perhaps this question is coming from the wrong place, but or is misguided. But here it is anyway. Can you give me an example of a form of communication that would be consistent with transformation that is not language?
Well, we did that last night, Timothy, you and I. We went to a place where it was difficult. I don't know what the listeners heard in that conversation, but it seemed like there was a even exchange in it last night. If there's going to be a new consciousness presented, a new way of being presented, if violence is going to die, then that's the place where it's going to start, Timothy, in that kind of conversation. It's going to have to start with language, for sure. Brian.
Regarding questions, I'm doing this little, I noticed that I find things, I don't know what's happening when this happens, but I noticed that I find things that I misplaced or maybe even didn't know where they were. If I simply ask myself, where did that, whatever it is, go? And then I kind of, I've talked about this before, but I kind of wander, not aimlessly, but it seemed to be, and inevitably that's where the thing is. I don't know if it's actually what the question that's forming the answer, or whether I'm just, would find it anyway, but it seems to be that, they seem to be connected, I don't know.
I would guess they are. There's a dynamic that's set. When you ask a question, that implies that you do not know. When you approach something from not knowing, there's an energy there. There's an aliveness. Aliveness only lives in questions. When you have the answer, you're dead. You're just too damn lazy to lay down. If you have an answer that does not have a question included in it, then it's not an answer, it's a belief. So if there is no you and no me and all that nonsense without a question, then it's a belief.